Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. You're listening to the Women's Broadcast Television Expert Spotlight Show, and I'm your host, Shay Vaughn. WBTVN is the all-women's television network with content that's actually created by women and for women. And joining us today on WBTVN's Expert Spotlight Show is our guest. Let me tell you just a little bit about him. Ken Elliott is an award-winning artist and author, and he's been on several media outlets. Let's help to welcome him to the show. Ken, so nice to have you on our show today.
Hi, Shay. Thanks for having me.
So tell me, the first thing I want to ask is, just tell me what it was like growing up, and how did you get to where you are today?
That's a good question. I don't have a clue. I'm lucky to be here.
Well, tell me that. That sounds like that's pretty interesting.
Well, I wasn't a delinquent. I was just a regular guy kicking around Texas and not much interested in metaphysical topics. But in my 40s, I started having some paranormal experiences. I started remembering some very profound dreams, and then I came in contact with Judy Goodman, Goodman, and she's at the core of this book. And from her, I met William Buhlman, who's one of the foremost out-of-body authors.
Yes.
And what I learned from the two of them is how thought actually works. This is the book, by the way. It's Manifesting 123, and you don't need number 3. And the website is manifesting123.com. And there are so many manifesting books. And we've all seen The Secret. We all know this over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Exactly.
And I support it all. And everyone is coming down to their theories, their ideas on the best practices to think about something and have it manifest in your life, or the law of attraction, all that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And I've been watching these things for years. And in fact, I had already learned how thought works and didn't know what they were talking about. And then I saw somebody said, you need to watch The Secret. And I sat down and watched it. And I went, oh my God, these people they've got books, they have careers in manifesting, but you know what? They don't know how it works.
Exactly. I was just going to say to you, because it's not about standing outside the window and wishing. And
no.
Even visualizing that necklace is just all of a sudden going to, wrap around your neck.
Yeah. Well, and that's visualization, and it does things. So the simplest way I can put it is this. Imagine you're a genie, and you sit in a chair, and when you start to think it starts to take form right in front of you.
Exactly.
Well, what's the proper term? Holy cow, that's what happens. Now, I've experienced this. I was sending things back and forth. Once you got to know Judy, I learned that if I sent her something in thought, she would get it.
Right.
It was kind of like, what? And I would send her anything, pencils, pens, bouquets, roses. I sent her a Daffy Duck. She got them all 100% of the time. And I did this for years. I would think about the thing and I'd concentrate on it really, really hard because I didn't know any better way to do it. And then I'd call her later and she got the thing. Now, William Buhlman, the out-of-body guy, and that's Buhlman, I was doing his website. So I was privy to tens of thousands of letters from people who go to the other side.
Exactly.
They don't get in a car wreck or anything.
No.
And they come back safely. That's the thing. And once you get the other side, wow, there's more than this world. And that's fine, but that's off topic. But William did tell me something one time, because we were buddies. He said, sometimes I go to the other side, where there's a sea star with a ghost star, and I have a wish list.
Okay.
And he's a wish list making son of a gun. Guys aren't good on lists, right?
Right.
He made lists, and he would tell me what's on the list. And some of this stuff was pretty wishy. Wow, you think you're going to get that? And I would, William, that's kind of out there. They would happen. And then he would make another list. They would happen. Did I make a list? No, because he's special and I'm not. That's what we do. He wrote a book. He's worthy, not me. He's trying to teach people to go out of body, not make wish lists. So I didn't pay much attention to it, although I did remember all this stuff happened. So out of the blue one day, he said, sometimes I go to the other side and everything on my list, I can see it arrayed over there. I can see it lined up in various stages of formation. And I went, what do you mean? And he said, well, if I've had something on the list for a short period of time, then it looks like a puff of smoke over there. It looks like a vapor. Now, on the other side, this is the near astral plane, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
He said, you have a knowing about these things. So when you see that puff of smoke, he says, I know that's about getting 4 tires on the car.
There you go.
It doesn't look like tires, but I know that's what it's about. And it's only been my list for a few days or a couple of weeks, and it's already taking form. Now, something else that's been on the list for quite a while, and one of these things was he wanted to go to China for 2 years. That was the top of his second list. And I thought, William, that's kind of wild, man. You don't want to go on a vacation? I mean, you want to live there? I mean, your wife has a job here in the United States. I mean, really?
Right. Is this practical?
Yeah. So it had been on there enough, I don't know, weeks or months or something. And he said you could see it start to take form. You could see Chinese architecture.
Gotcha.
If it were a car, it would be very 3D at that point. You could touch it over there. It would be wispy. It'd have a blush of color on it. It'd be full color or 3D. And if it's really solid, it's coming over. And that's what our thoughts could do. So he would see this Chinese architecture stuff. I think this happened pretty quick. I think it was within about 6 weeks. I'd have to go back and check, but I've been saying it's 6 weeks. I think that's right. And William called me and said, well, guess what? My wife came in yesterday, and she said, well, how would you like to go to China? She works for General Motors. And he said, I'm listening. She said, well, we can go there for a year if that works for you. It was a year or 2 years. I think it was a year deal. And so they re-upped. They were there for 4 years total. Maybe the deal was a 2-year package right off the bat. But anyway, got to China for a long time. And by the way, he was so happy to get back. That was a lot of China.
I'm sure. Absolutely. I just want to go someplace and visit it and see and, understand, all the culture and everything so much better. But boy, it's nice to put your feet back on.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I was pretty amazed by that. And to say it again, this is very, very important. This book is unique. This is not my info. This is not my juice. I'm just the messenger boy here. But I learned it by sending this stuff back and forth to Judy. By the way, I said, William said this thing about thoughts form up as you think them. She said, yeah, that's right. Because she's over there all the time. She goes over there every night. And I said, well, what did you tell me? She says, you never asked me. I confirmed it. So I continued to do this for years, almost 15 years or so. And I never did anything with it. It was just a game. Now, William was doing things in his life, but I never connected with the idea because he's important. He's a writer. He's a teacher. And I'm just some guy hanging around. And Judy is very gifted beyond your wildest imagination. So, of course, she can do those sort of things too. But I never did that until I sat down and watched The Secret. And I went, oh, my God, I know what they're talking about, but they don't know how it works.
Right.
So I was talking to a big group, 180 people, 200 people, something. And this is the choir. In fact, they're a lot about manifesting. Everybody in there very, very up on this, one of the reasons they congregate. And I asked for a show of hands. Everyone who has not seen The Secret, raise your hand. So about 12 people raised their hands. So these people are very up on manifesting. And then I said, everyone who has seen The Secret, but they no longer manifest, who has seen The Secret and they manifest every day, raise your hand. You've seen it and you do it. About 12 people raised their hand.
Of course.
Now, why would they do this if they can't see it? You don't get instant results. Why would you put quarter after quarter in a slot machine all day long and it never gives you anything back? You'd walk away, right? But if you know how something works, you wait for it. You hit the elevator button and you wait for it. You can punch it all you want, that's fine. But the elevator, it's on its way. Now, if it doesn't come after 2 or 3 minutes, you'll think maybe something's broken with it. But if you know how thought takes form, you're going to stay with it. And when you go up to my website, that manifesting123.com, I have a newsletter. Comes out every Friday with stories from people. There's over 200 of these things, and they're crazy. Some are, some are very nice, and they're not epic. And then there are those epic ones. And it's exactly what they were putting out there. That's the strange thing. When somebody says, well, I just want to be, have a nice day, okay. But if someone says, I want the XYZ pink /1234.6, and it happens, that gets your attention.
Yes.
And that's what they're getting. So it's so simple. It's simply a matter of repetition. What people have been saying all along, you think of a thing and you repeat it. You put it on a vision board. You put it on a wish list and you touch it and touch it. You know all about this. You've had success with this.
Yes.
And that's what we do. There's a difference knowing how it works. Now you can have a little more focus. It doesn't mean that you have to be good at this. I'm not good at this, I would say. There are people who do this better than I do. My mind wanders. But all I do is, and for everyone that's there listening, I'm going to give this all away right now.
Okay.
This is it.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, because I'm not going to tease this thing and go over there and get bounced around for $14.95.
Okay.
The book is great, but this is so important. Everybody should have it. So your thoughts can make the future.
Yes.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So let's be smart. Let's be really, really efficient. So I came up with this thing about, let's go on a movie. Let's not make this a meditation. That's hard for people.
Very hard.
It's upside down hard for me.
Yeah.
It's not an act of faith. It's not how smart you are. It's not how much money you have or how much time you have.
Right.
You can do this on the fly. But imagine you're in your future. Now, my number one thing is, and we're going to make the future, my number one thing is health. I'm going to declare that I'm in my future. I'm sitting in this chair, and I say, I'm in my future. Just pretend I'm in my future with you right now.
Exactly. I want you to know that.
Okay. And I have perfect health. Now, my thoughts will begin to take this form. In fact, I'm just adding to it all the time. I do it every day, just once a day. I don't have to visualize the absence of hospitals or stethoscopes.
No, right.
It's a declaration.
Of course.
And we're just coming out of, we're coming into summer. We have a cool day today, so I've got a little there.
There you go.
Almost perfect health, but I've got a Kleenex for that. So in every scene, you visualize the thing, and then you add this magic thing to it. You're going to put love or fear on this thought. You're going to say, I'm so grateful.
Of course.
And that's the number one of 1, 2, 3. You're going to go to your future. It's already happened. Let's not do this. All right, I want that perfect career. I like to say career instead of job.
Exactly.
I'm in my future and I have my perfect career. But before that happens, I've got to lose 5 pounds and I've got to get the car washed before I do the interview. And it's got to be on a Thursday. And, no, it's already happened. You have the perfect career and you are admired and you're liked and you just love, 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 love it.
Of course.
Here's another interesting thing. It's important to know what you have in your life that you desire, what the things you do desire and the things you do not desire. And you can think about, I have a lot of stress in my life. Or I have XYZ, who really gives me a hard time. And I'm in my future, and I observe this happy family dinner, or I'm out with friends, or I'm just by myself on the couch, or I'm having a glass of wine on a porch somewhere, and that whatever that blankety blank stuff is, it does not exist.
I was just going to say that too. It's gone. If you can, think about what that future is going to be, and it's how you want it to be. That's your, landscape, I'm going to call it.
Yes. I love that word. Yes. Yeah.
And I believe that we have that opportunity every day of our life.
Yes, we do.
What are we going to make that day?
Yes. Yeah.
That's our landscape. And, that doesn't mean that things aren't going to come our way that we have to kind of fly away or deal with or that kind of stuff. But I think we're so much better prepared to be able to do that if we have started out with, positive thoughts, better thoughts that things are going to, that are going to be okay. We're going to get through it, all of those things, because that's what's going to manifest for us.
Yes.
Instead of everything is not working out, this is terrible, all negative stuff. I would say, it's really funny because I say in the morning, I go to the window and I look outside and I say, what a beautiful day. And I don't care if it's raining or snowing or whatever's going on. I know that day is going to be the day I want it to be.
Yes, yeah.
I get to make the choices.
Yeah.
Who's not there making them for me.
Yeah.
So I know that as soon as I turn on the TV or the phone rings or my, phone goes off or whatever, that's going to be negativity.
Could be.
Could be.
It depends on how you handle it.
It depends on how you handle it. I totally agree.
Yes. If somebody abruptly pulls in front of you in traffic, it scares you, and our first reaction is like fight or flight, anger. Oh, But at that moment, in any moment, but certainly at that moment, and when you're standing in front of the window, you get to decide who you want to be.
Yes, you really do.
Yeah, you do.
And how those choices on a day-to-day basis,
moment to moment,
is really what your destiny is. So you've got to really decide, what do you want that destiny to look like, and what do I need to do about the only thing that we do is right now. So you and I are on this TV.
Yeah.
We're talking, and this is what's the most important thing to me right now.
Yeah, me too. This is what I'm here to do. And that's one of the top things on my list is good health and to do what I'm here to do. Do I know what that is? No, I don't describe it. But it fills my cup. I'm very grateful for this.
Well, you can feel when something's good, and you can feel when something just doesn't fit right.
Yeah, it does. And the number two, the 1, 2, 3, thoughts just make things. I'm really good at gravity. Okay.
There you go.
And you're no better than I am, and I'm no better than you are. And gravity just pulls things to the ground. It's a natural law. Thoughts are a natural law. And I observed this so many times over decades. Thoughts just make things. That's all they do. And if you put them in your future and you repeat that, it begins to make that thing instantly. I've been on the phone with Judy Goodman, live on the phone, and sent her a very complicated object live, and in 4 minutes of concentration time, and I didn't put the gratitude on it, I just crammed it. She got it.
Right.
She watched it take form 2,000 miles away. That's what our thoughts can do.
That's exactly. And we don't use enough of that. We just
No, we don't.
We don't. I mean, just think of how little we use of our brain. And if we actually started to tap into some of the things that you're talking about, and some people have and some people haven't.
Right.
Oh my goodness, how much more power. And I don't mean power in the way that you're taking power to use it, for yourself, but just power in what you can do for yourself.
Sure. And I'm for everyone living comfortably, and they're safe, and they're healthy, and then they go help other people. That's what I'm about.
Me too.
If you have everything, what are you going to do? You're going to be in service. You'll put some of that back on the street.
Exactly.
But if you're working 2-3 jobs a day, you don't have time to do anything except survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Survive is not fun.
No.
It might be paying the bills. It might be getting through each day, but that's not how I think that, we were meant to live our days.
Yeah, we have choices.
Service that really gives us the perspective.
Yeah.
Life is truly all about.
Yeah. And we may have the destiny that we're going to be in poverty. There may be a destiny that we're going to go out with terminal leukemia or terminal happiness or whatever. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But we have a lot of free space to create the things that we desire.
Yeah. And get rid of fear is really what you're saying. Because I think so much of that you see people in those conditions and living your life, and you just say, what can I do? Because I think a lot of things are very preventable. Lots of things are preventable. Cancer and whatever. And so every minute, every second of every single day, just like you said, is that journey to your destiny.
Well, I think the destiny is going to find us anyway. They know where you are and they're going to find you, I like to say. But we have a lot of wiggle room. It's not even wiggle room. I'm just going to make a guess. 2/3 of the pie chart is ours.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that kind of thing. That's my feeling on it.
Yeah. The rest of
Now,
it's already been predicted anyway.
yeah. So the number two, the 1, 2, 3, and you don't need number three, is worry. And worry is a thought, and your thoughts will create anything. Gravity will just pull it to the ground, and it doesn't judge what it's going to do. And thoughts don't judge either. They just make what you're thinking in a repetitive way. Now, there's two great powers in the universe, love and fear.
Yes.
So if you have this wonderful thought and you put this gratitude behind it, this love behind it, it'll create it efficiently and quicker. If you have a worry and you put fear behind it, it will create it quicker and efficiently, and it doesn't decide. It just makes it because that's what you're thinking.
Exactly.
And loading it up. So one of the most important things I can do, and I'll do it quick because it's so simple. I was given this. If you have a concern, a worry, I don't even use the word worry. It's the middle of the night. You're worried about paying some bills. 3 o'clock in the morning. Who are you going to call? How are you going to make money at 3 o'clock in the morning? So you're saying, I can't pay these. That's what you're doing. I can't pay it. It ain't going to happen. Where am I going to get them? I can't get the money. I don't have the money. I don't have it. I don't have it. You're creating lack.
Exactly.
You won't hear me say, I want something because I'm creating wanting. I don't say I need something because I'm creating need. Thoughts are literal. So I desire something. I command it. I'm doing it. So it's the middle of the night. We have this bill coming up. Grab your phone, get a piece of paper, turn on the light. You're going to take action on this worry. Number one, call the boss, ask for a raise. Figure out how you can be of more value to the company. Hate that. All right. Number two, some people might owe you money. Call them up. If they had it, they would pay you. That's what you think. Call them up. Shake the tree. Yeah. Call a mentor in your business. Go down the list. All these things you can do. Next morning, run the bases. Can you get it all done a day? No, probably not. But you took action. That's all you can do today. And you go to your future, and this financial situation doesn't exist. And you're so grateful. What else can you do? Well, go back to work. Take care of yourself. Try to get a good night's sleep. It didn't make the worry go away, but what else can you do? If you can't, write it on the list and take care of it tomorrow. That's the number two. The number three, very quickly, is we're very powerful. We've heard this over and over. Everyone in the metaphysical world, or not, we're very powerful spiritual beings. Hard to connect to that. They're just not sitting there waiting for you like your own personal genie or your guides and all of that business. But we're very, very powerful. We don't have to be powerful to do this. This is child's play. You think of a thing and you repeat it and you say, I'm grateful. One scene in every movie. There's 13-year-olds doing this very successfully, 12-year-olds.
Yes.
This isn't a high intellectual thing.
Accept and do what they're supposed to do. I mean, it's just, that's how it works.
Yeah. We had, in closing, we're getting towards the end. We have three great gifts, as best I can figure out. We have the gift of life.
We do. We
can create life. We can create children.
Yes.
We can create anything. Now, we know an awful lot about the first two. We don't know a lot about the fact that we can create anything. But next time you look at a picture of Manhattan or your local city or town, everything was a puff of smoke first. This was a tree.
Exactly.
And it takes zillions of man hours, women hours, to turn this, people hours, to turn this into a piece of paper. It's all puffs of smoke first, and it congeals over there, and it comes into the physical world. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. And now you can push that button and push that every day, and it's coming to you. And it's easy to do the work. This is not an intellectual exercise. And here's my favorite thing. It doesn't matter if you believe this or not. If you repeat something, it's making it.
Exactly.
It doesn't get any better than that. What a great gift.
It is a great gift. And how does everybody get in contact with you?
It's all on that website again. It's manifesting123.com. I'm on the contact page. And please sign up for that newsletter. And if you have a manifesting story, I don't care if you prayed for it, if you thought about it and it happened in a second, if grandma said it's going to happen, it happened, whatever it is, I'd like to get that story. I'll send you a
Sure.
free signed book.
Yeah,
We're accumulating stories. I want people, I sound like I'm lecturing. Please ask.
exactly.
I go to people all the time, and just cold turkey people sometimes, so they can just get this little hit. And I'll say, "You're supposed to make some wishes," and they'll go, "Like, are you crazy, huh?" And I say, "Yes. Do you ask for things? I'm not trying to sound like a holy roller here, but do you ask for things? Do you pray for things? Do you wish for things?" And they go, "Well, I do." I said, "Well, this is for you." "Oh, so you don't ask for yourself?" "Oh, no, no." And I'll say, "Do you know why?" And they'll go, "Well, why?" Okay, because you're not worthy. And some people have to take a chair.
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah. We do. I did that.
Yeah, I've done that all my life, and so always
Yeah.
saying something for somebody else's goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's okay to ask for our own is really what you're saying. And I think
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah.
I've just enjoyed you so much. From the bottom of my heart,
Thank you.
thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
We could sit and talk for hours.
Let's do
I
sometime.
could listen to you, and I hope that we have that opportunity to connect again.
All right.
I just want to thank our audience, more importantly, to thanking them to joining in and hearing your story. I know everybody's going to, love it. And maybe stop and think about some things that you've said that maybe that's going to turn their life around a little bit. I hope so. And
Or
so,
a lot.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I always take little steps first,
Yes, yes.
It all counts. But anyway, until the next time, thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll see you again soon.